Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to share with you a clip from a recent YouTube members only live event where myself and Gathering the Magic are talking about the scarcity of vouchers and possibly even DEC once we introduce the new promo cards that are going to come with the Bitcoin halving. We know that there's going to be two, and it's going to happen regardless of whether the DAO funds these cards or whether Steam Monsters, the company, just goes ahead and creates them. Either way, there's going to be massive voucher destruction through this process, as well as probably DEC. I think we get back to peg for DEC, and maybe we see some exciting new prices for vouchers. At least I would think that 5 cent soft ceiling. I want to talk about it, how massive the impact is on the potential circulating supply for both vouchers and DEC out of this opportunity. Check out Gathering the Magic channel. Have an amazing day. God bless. Even over the last 6 months, you've been talking about vouchers, but I would say there's even more reason to be confident about sort of their future, prices because of promo cards, because of energy. I think I was spending quite a few vouchers. I spent probably 500 vouchers last season on energy. Are you using any of your vouchers for energy? Are you acquiring more vouchers? What are you feeling in this moment with those different conversation pieces?
I actually want to make a video about vouchers sometime in the next couple days because I want people to realize how few of them there really are out there. Just simply looking at that new two new promo cards that are coming out.
Yeah.
When I saw the amount that you're going to have to spend per BCX to get the card, and of course you want to do it with vouchers because it's going to save you, the most money. And it was 625 vouchers for each legendary. And then 62 and a half for each rare. You're going to burn through, if you just want a single copy of each maxed out, I think it's over 13,000 vouchers.
Wow.
Just for one person to get a max copy of each. Now you figure, even if we have a low player base, crunch the numbers, say 300 people want a max copy, you're going to burn through a couple million vouchers easily. And there's only 12 million? So we can go through, I would say 20 to maybe 33% of the vouchers if these promo cards come out and they're very powerful. If they come out and they look like Mantaroth and Smith, yeah, there's going to be a lot of vouchers that are going to get burned.
How many vouchers was it for the rare?
For the rare, I think it was 62 and a half.
So 115 for
so
a max.
So it's like 62.5 times 115.
Yeah, that would be a max rare. And we're talking 7,000 vouchers for one person to have one max rare. And yeah, man, I don't have even 700 vouchers, let alone 7,000. And that's just the rare.
Let's just say for the sake of argument, say 300 people want a max copy. How many vouchers is that?
300 people.
Multiply that by 300.
That's 2.1 million vouchers. And you said we have about 12?
Yep. So that's 2 million vouchers just for the rare. That's not even the legendary. And say 150 people want a max copy of the legendary card.
What was the legendary?
625 times 11 times 150.
Wow, that's another million. So we're talking like maybe, I think those numbers are pretty conservative. Let's say that first. 150. There's probably 150 accounts that want that at least. And then I go,
I'm trying to be very conservative.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot higher than that.
And then even, when we talk about 150 accounts, it's actually 150 purchases, because there are some people who will want more than one of the max copy, be it for resale, for, rental, for whatever. And so I think 150 legendaries is very conservative. And then I go for the rares, maybe 500 is probably the ceiling of what I would imagine from a max perspective. And it will depend on its overpowered nature. But you said 300, and 500 would be like another couple, like 1.5 million or 2 million. So I think conservatively, you're talking about 30% of the vouchers just disappearing, and tension. The problem with when supply gets shocked in a short period of time, which it will with something like that, that drives prices into a frenzy, because what happens is the forces that work in that moment is people aren't actually packing their bags with vouchers right now. We saw this with DEC, with land preparation. Like, people waited and waited and waited, and they will wait and wait and wait, and then they'll see the cards, and then they'll want to act. But I would say that there's one piece of pushback that could be, I guess, debated on that conversation. And maybe, you can think about that for your own video. It's just, I think the other side of it is that DEC is a possible purchase token for those cards. And you might say, well, there's not enough DEC either. And I would agree. But the thing about DEC right now, we're under 900 Splintoshis. Yesterday we were at about 860 or something like that. We've been in the 800s for a day or two, and that represents almost a 20% or let's say a 10% discount on what you would get for those promo cards too. And right now, and they're only offering a 5-cent voucher valuation for the, I think, if I recall correctly. So if our voucher price is currently 3.5 cents, there's a 30% offer essentially with vouchers if you're accumulating them now, and that will not last, period. I think we definitely get back to 5 cents because of the promo cards, almost regardless of how good they are, but I bet they're really good. And I bet DEC moves meaningfully too, because people aren't going to slowly there's probably 20 people who are actually slowly DCAing into vouchers and DEC because they see the prices down. Most of us just react when we see the pretty thing, we go rushing through the door, and that affects prices. So a fun moment, I think. When are those coming out, those promo cards?
I think it's sometime around when the Bitcoin halving event is supposed to happen,
which I think is next month. Bitcoin halving.
Sounds right.
And he said, regardless of whether what day is the next Bitcoin? April 20th. Okay, so yeah, we're a month away, almost exactly. And he said, regardless of whether we approve that proposal or not.